And that's how the theme song goes. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Constitutionalist Podcast. I'm your host, Chad White. If you didn't know, this is the premier podcast for the website, closcounty.com. Like I said, it's a website. Go there. Hey, so check this out. I was on a roll, really just recently recording this recent episode, actually, of the Constitutionalist Podcast. Audition crashed on me yet again. It was a train wreck, but it was so funny. All the things I was saying. I was only about 45 seconds in, as much as I'm in right now, and it was hilarious, and everybody was laughing. So anyway, like what I was saying was before the episode just clonked down on me. Turns out I have been recording. I have a Blue Yeti microphone. It's the top tier one. It's the one that connects with the XR, XLR, the real cables, and USB as well as USB. Turns out I've been using for the past, I would say, 4 or 5 episodes, maybe since I got back from California. I think a little bit before then too. Actually, no, definitely since I got back from California. I did not check the back of this microphone. I've been using the wrong input method for to get the audio. So what you're supposed to do, well, for what would sound better, you don't really have to do it, but what would sound better, there's 4 presets on the back of the microphone. There's all around, which takes in a sound from the entire microphone, from all around it, from every degree, from 360 degrees. Then there's like an A-B, so you get like a left side, right side. Then there's like separation, audio separation. And then there's cardioid, which is what I'm using now, which is just it gets audio from the front, which is great for vocalists or recording podcasts, apparently. And then there's front and back, which it doesn't record the side. It's not like the 360 one. It only gets front and back. So I've been using front and back for the past, I would say, 3 weeks, maybe a month. And I did not notice until I was trying to record an Instagram video, which I did not record at the end. But let me explain the Instagram video, because it's funnier than this entire stupid situation. So the video is, I planned this out for weeks. I really did. I saw a commercial for Beat Shazam on Hulu, and I thought, wouldn't it be funny if there was a video of a guy auditioning for Beat Shazam, but he couldn't really beat Shazam. Shazam is the app that catches the audio or the song or the TV show that's playing in the room around you, and it'll identify it for you. And then the show on Fox is a very popular show, apparently, probably enough for it to continue to have Jamie Foxx and now his daughter, who is smoking hot Fox. I should have just said Fox. And then also to bring it back for a second season. I know it's during the summer run, and I know it's going up against ABC's. We'll also talk about ABC in a second. Oh boy, ABC's summer game shows, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so I thought it'd be funny if it was that video of a guy who couldn't get the songs right. And so let me reenact. I can't show you the visual of it, but it's just a guy. And he goes like, hey, Mr. Fox, it's me, Billy, and I'm here to audition for Beat Shazam. And then he goes up against Shazam, and he plays it, and he has 3 tries. Each song is a song that everybody knows. So like the first song was like "Baby One More Time," and it starts playing. He goes, "Oh, I know this one. It's again, no, Baby One More Time." And then they get that. Then Shazam gets it, and then it moves on to the next song. He gets a point. Moves on to the next song. He goes, and then Miami by Will Smith starts playing, and he goes, it's a Florida city. It's a Florida city. Tampa, Jacksonville, St. Augustine. And then Shazam gets it, and he goes, God darn. He's like, gets really mad. He goes, okay. You know what? Next time. It's 1-1 next time. And then something like Stacy's mom starts playing. And he can't get it right. He's like, Stacy's aunt? And then Shazam gets it. And he freaks out, starts cursing, slams everything on the ground. Oh, God, that'd be funny. It's only funny to me. Just like my micro impressions, they're only funny. Every time every time I successfully do my micro impersonations for people, they hate them. And I think micro impersonations are so fun. That's what Martin Short does, because he does Martin Short. Am I thinking Martin Short? Yeah, Martin Short does micro impressions. Or it's Dana Carvey. Dana Carvey does micro impressions. I remember him doing this on Conan. Let me look this up. Dana Carvey, because I'm pretty sure he does micro impressions of oh boy, I forgot. I can't talk and do this at the same time. Micro impressions. Okay, Dana Carvey micro impressions. Yeah, micro impressions of celebrities. Every time he's on Conan, he does this. I think that's hilarious. Anyway, he does micro impressions of celebrities. Just go look it up. It's a very funny video. He does stuff all the time. Real quick, something that popped up today when I was at work, when I was moving gig. I got an email that said Roseanne tweeted something extremely racist about Valerie Jarrett, who used to be an aide for President Obama. And then maybe like an hour later, ABC canceled Roseanne, season 2, Roseanne of the reboot. And I think, A, they shouldn't have brought that show back in the first place. But B, that is such a great decision, and it was such a decision that, yeah, of course it had to be made. But I learned something yesterday that is really interesting, especially in the wake of all this. ABC is apparently in the last. It's last in terms of broadcast for its for shows, and I did not know that. I think it's just for comedy shows. But whatever, because I know Chicago Fire and Chicago PD and Chicago Helicopter Hospital, Chicago Med. I know all those Chicago shows. There's another one that I'm forgetting. Chicago Justice. I know all of them. I've never seen a minute of any Chicago show. I just know that these exist. I know that they're pretty low on the totem pole too. But I think in terms of comedy shows, I think ABC is in the back, and that's why they moved Speechless and Fresh Off the Boat from. Anyway, but they canceled from like Tuesday and Wednesday to Friday. But they canceled Roseanne, and this leaves a huge hole in their schedule because they're going to bring Roseanne back in the fall, which I don't understand why they would do that. Would John Goodman do 22 episodes? I don't think so. But I mean, then again, NBC got Will and Grace, everybody of Will and Grace back for I think 13 episodes or something like that. So maybe I don't even know. I think they might be doing I think they might be doing a full season. Who knows? But it'd be interesting to see if they can do a full season. These shows really don't need full seasons anyway. They're reboots. It's not fair. Make room for new shows. ABC, NBC, Fox, CBS. Well, Fox doesn't care about comedy anymore. I just watched a trailer hold on, I want to put a pause on that real quick. But I'm so glad that no one came up to defend Roseanne. I am so happy. She deserves to get that show canceled. It's not fair that, for weeks, for months, the ABC has been essentially quiet on everything that she's been saying, all the ignorant stuff. And I never get serious on this show except for a few times. And so this means a lot to me that ABC would even, without hesitating, that they would just cancel the show. That's great. Shouldn't have brought it back in the first place, but it's great. I mean, when they announced that it was coming back, and then after she started saying those iffy things months ago, I would have said, all right, look, you either be quiet or we cancel the show, because you got to give her a warning. But then, because she was only saying iffy things back then, and even then we knew she was kind of a closet racist, just like all the white women in the South. She's a closet racist. I'm a racist. You're a racist. We're all racist. That's the title of this episode, Closet Racist. I'm going to write that down. You think I'm kidding? Closet Racist. Kind of glad that I saved recording. I didn't save recording this episode. I just didn't do it for so long. But anyway, before I get back to more ABC stuff, I did see a trailer for Fox's new show from Lil Rel Howery called Just Rel. It is a sitcom, much in the same vein as the Carmichael Show, that was canceled by NBC after 3 seasons for no good reason at all. Because a lot of stuff going into that. But there's a news time episode I did where I think it was all right. So the Carmichael Show was produced out of NBC. So that means an outside company produced it, and the options for the cast were up after season 3. The production company, NBC, was already looking to not renew it. The production company didn't want to re-up the contracts with the actors, and so basically they just said, all right, everybody just said, no, okay, we're not doing this anymore. That really sucks. And, oh my God, with 3 seasons, of 13 episodes each, something like that. It's with a really fantastic cast: Tiffany Haddish, David Allen Greer, those other people, everyone else. I'm really forgetting. Oh my gosh. Okay, so moving back over to ABC. Last week was a final episode of The Middle, and it's. I mean, also it turns out that the creator of The Middle, which is Eileen Heisler and Deanne Helene, they were the ones who decided to cancel the show. It wasn't ABC, it was them, which is, I guess, good. They went out on top. They really did, and they had solid ratings. Their entire run. They ended finale viewers. Their finale was 7 million people. Almost 7.1 million people. They ranked 1.7 in the 18 to 49 demographic. Their premiere was they only lost, I would say, about 3 million viewers over the course of their run, because their premiere they got to 9 million, almost 8 million in season 3 and season 4, and then they just lost 3 million until they got to the 6 million. But that's really good. That's amazing. And let's see. Yeah, this last season had 7.3 million people viewers. That's crazy. That's insane. That's really good. This show barely lost any capital. But it's great to see that show end. 215 episodes, 9 seasons, 24 episodes per season. That's amazing that the show even managed to do that. But it was a very sad ending if you're a huge fan of The Middle like I am. That show is a show that you got to see. Again, I know I've said this before about other shows, but you got to see these kids grow up. You get to grow up with the kids. I'm the same age as Axel. I think I'm a year older than Axel. Not Charlie McDermott, the actor. I think I'm literally a year older than Axel, because he graduated college, I think, a year after me, and then he just got his full-time job, while I have nothing. While I have zero. But everybody in that show was just so wonderful. Charlie McDermott, Patricia Heaton, Eden Shear, Atticus Schaefer, Neil Flynn. Such a great show. Well-meaning too. It didn't beg for laughs when like Modern Family currently does. It's begging for laughs. No offense to them. Oh my gosh. But it was a wonderful ending. The ending was I feel it kind of rushed at the end, not gonna lie. Axel got a new job. He accepted a new job in Denver. The family is going to drive him to Denver. We get to see pretty much all of the characters at the end. The Donahues, except for Sean. Sean and Sue get together, and that is it's such a beautiful moment. It all has to deal with a snow globe. Then something happens, and it's a funny moment that might be analogous for their relationship. But then they jump forward to the future, and they show you what happened to all of the characters. So there's no way this show can come back. It's not going to be like Roseanne or the other reboots. What if Big Bang Theory came back? And because I guarantee that show will end within the next 2 years. And I said the same thing about Speechless and Fresh Off the Boat. I hate to say that about those two shows, but they're being put on Friday night, the Friday night death slot, so they're definitely going to end. But yeah, what if the Big Bang Theory ends? The highest rated TV show on television right now, in broadcast, on cable. Reruns probably do way better than The Middle's highest rated episodes. Reruns probably do better than first run episodes of Game of Thrones. They probably do better than what else is a high rated show? I don't know. Jimmy Fallon. No. God, I don't care. Anyway, they do really well. So anyway, I've been talking for 14 minutes for about nothing. Oh, so The Middle, and so they jump to the future. Axel returns to Orson. He marries Lexi, his Sue's roommate, and his current girlfriend, and I guess his last girlfriend. He has 3 sons that are just like him. What happens to Brick? Oh, Brick writes a story, writes a book, and it's he looks the exact same. And Sue and Sean break up, get back together, break up, get back together, break up, and then finally get married. to each other. It's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I didn't, but that's not how I wanted the show to end. I wanted the show to end with Patricia Eden's character, Frankie, to quit her job as a dental assistant or dental hygienist, whatever she is, and then start writing a book about her family. Because the way that she's narrating, I know all the ABC shows have narrators, but I thought it'd be funny to see that the way she's narrating, she writes a book. Boom. Whatever. Just burped a little bit. That's disgusting. Okay. So then moving on, we are going to talk about other season finales. I finished up the Blackish one. It was good. It was that 4-episode arc about the Bo and Dre getting divorced ended, and really not spectacularly at all. It was kind of wrapped up in the fastest way possible. But you really can't blame them. They had 4 episodes and they kind of really stretched it out. It wasn't a get back together so much as it was, hey, this happened and now they're together again. Really, what happened was they were content being alone. Or no, they were figuring out being alone and stuff. Dre had his house, his literal glass house, and then I'm looking for their shows. I'm looking for ABC shows. Dre had his glass house, and Bo was at their regular house, and then find out, first of all, they killed Bo's dad off screen, which really pisses me off. So Bo's dad dies, and then that's how they get back together. What happened on the ending of the Goldbergs? Oh, Barry decides to get married to Lainey. He and Lainey get married, or are going to get married. Yep. And I wouldn't be surprised if that show ended as well. That show is really gearing up towards an end. But they have a spinoff that's coming on this coming television season, so I don't know how. You know what they should have done? The spinoff is called, I think, The Goldberg Schooled. What is it called? I think it's called The Goldberg Schooled. And I remember there was a backdoor pilot this current season, and it's about Brian Callen and Tim Meadows' characters in the 90s as they help shepherd Nia Long, who is Tim Meadows' sister. They help shepherd her kids through that school. Turned out that ABC didn't like that pilot. They retooled it and put Ali Machakla in there. Ali Machakla. AJ Machakla. Ali Machakla was on iZombie. Speaking of, I'll talk about that next. But they put her in there, and now, I don't know. It's okay. I'm gonna keep moving on. Speechless. I don't even know if that show aired the season finale. Same thing with Fresh Off the Boat. iZombie was great. They killed one of the characters. They killed Chase Graves, and now Major's in charge. This means nothing to nobody. This means nothing to nobody. Yeah, Fresh Off the Boat ended its season months ago. Jesus believes us. I think that would be a good title for a book. Jesus believes us. It wasn't funny. I take it back. It wasn't funny. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Trollhunters was on, and it came back. It came back to Netflix. Trollhunters is a wonderful show. I think I've talked about it on this very podcast before. I'm almost positive I have. Trollhunters is a show from Guillermo del Toro. It's like a cartoon show animated. It was a book as well, and it's very, very lore heavy. It's about trolls. Obviously, it's about a kid who finds an amulet, becomes a troll hunter, and he's not really hunting trolls. He's hunting the bad trolls with the help of good trolls. Kelsey Grammer, Arg. Kelsey Grammer plays a character named Blinky. There's a character called Arg. Then his friend Toby joins the crew. Then his girlfriend Claire joins the crew. joins the clue. Okay. All right. We've had fun today. This is the end of the podcast forever. If I keep messing up, oh my God, Chad. Oh my God. At least it sounds good. He says before this episode, before audition crashes again. Knock on wood. God, knock on wood. So the issue is that Anton Yelchin was the voice of Jim, the main character. He died because Jeep has horrible brakes on their trucks, on their Jeeps. And then it turns out that Guillermo had written a lot of, his team had written a lot of the script, and Anton had recorded a lot of his parts up until near the end of the season, near the end of the series. So we're on the third season right now. They've done 50 some odd episodes. That's crazy that they were working on the show for so long that they recorded that much of his lines. That's such great foresight. I mean, they didn't know that he was going to die or anything, but that's such great foresight. Anton Yelchin's a great actor. So for the past, I guess, like year and some change after Anton passed away, we were told that something happens, and like in interviews, something happens that changes his voice. That's going to change Jim forever. They didn't say change his voice. That's going to change Jim forever. And then I finally saw the episode. And plus it started airing last week, and they did at least the last 13 episodes. So yeah, because they did. Yeah, that's crazy. So Jim is training with his former advisor, teacher, turned troll. He's not a troll. He's a changeling. Turned good, like anti-hero troll changeling man, who's still helping Jim. And he's training Jim, and he picks up this powder and he goes, "Jim, this is special powder, and it's going to help you reach your potential." And he goes, and they cut away from him after this part, and they go back to Jim, who hasn't said a word for like the entirety of the episode, which has just started, which is maybe like 2-3 minutes. And he goes, "Jim, this powder is no known effects." What am I saying? Why am I doing this? Why am I reciting this? Anyway, he blows the powder in his face, and he says it's going to have permanent changes to you, which is amazing. And then Jim sniffs it and starts coughing, and his voice changes from Anton to Elijah Wood. And that's the end of the discussion. Elijah Wood replaces Anton Yelchin, and he sounds vaguely like Anton, like an older version of Anton, and it is just so. And they were really good friends, so it's very sad and heartwarming and endearing to see this happen. That Elijah Wood jump. Is it Elijah Wood? Yeah, it's Elijah. No, it's not Elijah Wood. That is the wrong person. It's the guy from Into the Wild. It's oh my God, I'm going to be so mad if Into the Wild movie, if I have gotten this wrong. His name is Emil Hirsch. I am going to drive my car off a cliff because I got that completely wrong. Emil Hirsch. Emil Hirsch is the one who replaces what's his face. So he joins the cast as Jim Lake Jr. And he sounds vaguely like him, and is very sad and daring, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to move on because I really just embarrassed myself. Final thing I saw, and I have one more thing to talk about. I saw Ibiza. It's a movie. It's a Netflix movie. One of the few times I've ever clicked on a Netflix movie the day it came out and had to watch it. It stars Gillian Jacobs and Vanessa Bayer and Phoebe Robinson as three women who go to Spain for a work/friend trip. And they there's really, I want to say this, and I mean this in the best of ways. And I said this about Life in Pieces too on CBS. Ibiza is a movie that means nothing in the long run. It won't hurt you if you don't see it. It won't hurt you if you do see it. But man, oh man, is it a very entertaining film. It is what other party movies want to be. And so they get to Ibiza, and it is just nonstop party after party after party after party. And each one of these women have their own stories. Well, not really. They don't really have their own stories. There's just one goal, is to get Gillian Jacobs. I keep saying this. Gillian Jacobs is to get her to hook up with, oh God, what is his name? Richard Madden. Leo? Is that his name? Richard Madden. Yeah. Dude from Game of Thrones. Very handsome guy, Scottish guy. And he's a DJ that is touring the world, and he happens to be in Ibiza, and then he happens to like Gillian. And it's all just so great and wonderful. And it's a very, very high concept movie. But that's it. I mean, I had a good time watching it. So I think everybody should watch it. It's fine. Written by Lauren Kahn, who doesn't have her own Wikipedia page. But man, she is a good... Yeah, okay, she has an IMDb page. She was... Oh, this movie's produced by Will Ferrell and Adam McKay. And so she apparently has done a lot of stuff for them. She's worked on The Other Guys and Step Brothers. And this is her breakout writing movie. I hope she does more because she did a really good job. I had a fun time watching this movie. Really made me think about Rough Night. I liked Rough Night. Even though it was really dry, I liked Rough Night. I think I wrote a review that said there's nothing that really happens in the movie, but I had a fun time. Especially when they killed that stripper. The stripper. The stripper. What was that? I think it's because my throat's dry. Is that why that happens? I also saw Someone Marry Barry. It's a movie that stars a lot of good people, and it is not. It's not good. I pretty much only watched it for the people that are in it. Tyler Labane, Damon Wayans Jr., Lucy Punch, Hayes MacArthur, Thomas Middleditch, and Frankie Shaw. Ed Helms was in it. Jerry Meyer was in it as well. Brett Gilman was in it. Jolo Turturro was in it. Truglio. Why do I keep saying Turturro? I've been saying Turturro for like 10 years, ever since he was on, what is it called? Reno 911. I remember when he replaced half the cast on Reno 911. It was him, and I think it was, wow, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm forgetting all these people's names. It was Jolo and let's see, cast and characters, cast history. Let's see. Oh, Ken Marino was on there. David Wayne. No, that was the State. You idiot. You dummy. Characters: Dangle, Garcia, Johnson, Williams Jr., Kimball, DeClan. Oh, Ian Roberts. That's who I'm thinking about. Oh my God. Ugh. And Mary Birdsong too. I forgot about Mary Birdsong. A lot of those people left in season 5. Oh, because they were killed in the... I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I gotta watch the movie again. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Last thing I want to talk about was the makers of Sesame Street are trying to sue the maker of Sesame Street's son because of his movie, The Happytime Murders. Go watch the trailer for this movie, then come back and listen to this. Or you know what, just go watch the trailer for this movie and then stop listening to this altogether. But the movie is called The Happytime Murders. It's about puppets. It's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but with puppets and hard R. It's a hard R. There's a lot of sex and drugs, and Melissa McCarthy stars in it as a human. She teams up with a puppet to... Just hiccup right on the mic to find out who to solve brutal murders of the former cast of a beloved classic puppet TV show. Very hard R movie, very very hard R. It's a lot of cursing, a lot of sex, a lot of booze, a lot of drugs. It is very funny, but I understand why they want to sue. Here it is. The lawsuit was filed on this past Thursday in the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York, because that's where, of course, Sesame Street is filmed. Right. Let me teach you how to get to Sesame Street. It's only funny if you know how to make yourself laugh. That's how you live life. You just got to make yourself laugh. It maintained, this is from the New York Times, it maintained that the trailer, which features, quote, profane, drug-using, misogynistic, violent, copulating, and even ejaculating puppets, in combination with the, quote, no sesame, all street tagline, quote, tarnishes the Sesame Workshop brand, whose goal is helping, quote, kids everywhere grow smarter, stronger, and kinder. Oh my gosh. And then they give an example of Melissa being propositioned by male and female puppet prostitutes. I think that's so funny, though. The trailer is so funny. I don't know if the movie's going to stand the test of time, but it's just, man, what they can do with those puppets. I can't wait to see it. The movie comes out. No one's really mad except for the people. But the thing is that Jim Henson's son, his name is Brian Henson, I believe. Don't quote me. I'm getting a lot of things wrong today, so let's not even. Yeah, Brian Henson. Oh boy, I finally win one. The movie's directed by him, and he helped develop the Sesame Street characters, and he also created the Muppet Show, which was a one-season show that ran on ABC in 2016, I believe, or 2015 or 16. It was canceled. I was the only person that watched it. It's fine. It was very boring. It wasn't funny, but it was very interesting because they broke up Kermit and Miss Piggy. I was going to say Mr. Piggy. Oh, my gosh. But, yeah, it's coming out in August. I think you should watch it. Judge for yourself. Watch the trailer. I think people are smart enough, especially adults, are smart enough to separate the Happytime Murders from what's it called? Sesame Street and the Muppets. I mean, South Park. I know this is okay. Well, let's go back. I was gonna say this. Let's see what Seth MacFarlane's done. He's done Family Guy and American Dad. One of them is weirder than the other, and you're able to separate them from the two each other. Like American Dad is super weird now because it's on TBS, but he created the show, and it's way different from Family Guy, from the formulaic nature of Family Guy. Or Bob's Burgers, very tangentially, just barely tangentially related to Archer, because they have H. John Benjamin and sometimes Eugene Cordero. Eugene Cordero? Is that his name? Eugene Cordero. Oh my God. I'm having a terrible day. That's not Eugene Cordero. Guy who plays Eugene. Anyway, they're tangentially related because they H. John Benjamin. You're able to separate. What I'm saying is you're able to separate. You know, you can have Ren and Stimpy and then Ren and Stimpy adult party cartoon time. Whatever ran on Spike TV. I gotta end this show. This is not working. If you like this show, which I pray to God that you did, why don't you rate us on iTunes? Just give me one rating. Let it be 4 stars. I'd rate this show 4 stars. Don't give me 5. Give me something to work for. Rate it 4 stars. Rate it 3 if you have to. Give me 4 though. I'd really appreciate it. Please. But if you like this show, you can always head to the website, cpluscomedy.com. We've got the latest. We don't have the latest news. We don't have the latest reviews. Sometimes we have interviews. I might be writing some interviews this week. Who knows? Some email interviews. But it's also where this podcast lives. Oh my God. Actually, I'll continue. Follow us on Twitter at @CPlusComedy. Follow me on Twitter at @ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Go to the YouTube page, youtube.com/CPlusComedy. Here's where the actually comes in. Actually, this week's episode of the concept of oh my God, this week's episode of News Time is about The Onion's 30th birthday, which happens to be tomorrow. The day I'm recording this is Tuesday. The day this releases is Tuesday night. It's 9:42. Yeah, The Onion's birthday is tomorrow, and they're celebrating it. And we did an episode of News Time. I did an episode of News Time about their history of the birthday of them. So watch it. And actually, this website, C Plus Comedy, started off as an Onion-esque website where I was writing fake news stories about stuff, and then it just developed into real news stories. Still no job. Still no job from this. I had a job a little bit, and then I left because I didn't want to continue answering phones for the 3rd highest grossing news station in Atlanta. I'll let you figure that one, which one ends up is. It's NBC. So no shade being thrown. It's just truth. So yeah, that's it. So watch that episode. So I mean, that's just how this website started. And yeah, anyway, I'm done. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.